All right, what do we do in terms of trying to get you back to Olympic lifting and the snatch in particular if you are starting to experience different pelvic floor issues? If you are feeling like you're having this heaviness in your pelvis, if you're feeling like every time you're going into a squat position you are peeing, what are some ways for us to hone in your movement patterns? I'm gonna go over a couple of different variations that you can go through it's a low load variation, but it'll allow you to go through the movement pattern to at least start getting that motor control, getting your body used to going back into that snatch mechanic and gradually increase your loading as you're working on some of your pelvic rehab. The first one that we're gonna go through today is called a muscle snatch. We'll get Kaomi to start at the hip. Again, manipulating that range of motion, hip, hang low to the floor. So she's gonna start at the hip and just move the bar nice and close. Especially if you did a lot of snatches during your pregnancy and you got into a bit of that kettlebell swing mechanic, this starts to dial you back into keeping the bar nice and close. Beautiful. Then you can start to bring your hips back, take the bar from the top of the knee, nice and close. Good. Again, you don't want this bar to come too far out in front of you. Elbows are staying up. And then again, you can move down closer to the floor. You're not gonna be able to load this super heavy. Sometimes even just the barbell can be enough of a stimulus for you to feel like, oh yeah, I'm starting to work on strengthening up some of those muscles that potentially I wasn't using as much during my exercise routine during pregnancy, and I need to get back to when I'm working postpartum. Another variation that we can start working on honing in that snatch mechanic is by using no feet and moving your feet tall variations. She's gonna come, we're gonna start at the hip, no feet variation. She's basically gonna come on her toes at the end of that second pull and then get underneath that bar. This is not an easy drill. It's one that I get a lot of my athletes to work on, pregnant, postpartum, or otherwise. On your toes again. Good. So no feet variations, but you can't, again, load this very much, though you're working through the snatch mechanic because you don't really have that far to go and that much momentum. You can start from the hang. Kaomi's gonna go into a hang position. She's gonna pause in that tall mechanic and get under. Yep, exactly. Again, this isn't gonna be very loaded. One more time. But it allows you to start working on that mechanic when potentially you're going through some of your pelvic rehab, and it allows you to get your hands on a barbell, start moving in the snatch mechanics so that when you are reducing some of your symptoms of heaviness or incontinence, you're ready to go.